So last video my friend posted Vah Ruda and put woolly mammoth in the title. To be fair to him, it was probably a reasonable first impression. Joe Krager in the comments was the one who called it what it actually was. An elephant. Vah Ruda. Divine beast of the Zora. Joe understood the vision, and I appreciate that. Anyway, this is video 2. Vah Naboris. For anyone who doesn't know, Vah Naboris is the camel divine beast from Breath of the Wild. She lives in the Gerudo Desert, she's basically a walking thunderstorm, and she has these 3 massive rings around her body that spin and generate lightning. She's probably the most mechanically interesting of the 4 divine beasts, just in terms of how she looks. And I built her in Minecraft Survival. 9,049 blocks, which sounds like a lot, because it is a lot. The design alone took longer than I expected, getting the rings right, getting the proportions right, figuring out how to make something that detailed work in a block game. There were definitely some moments where I wasn't sure it was going to come together, but it did. So here's the full thing: the design, the grind, and the build. So the design happens in a mod called Axiom. It's basically a really powerful creative mod that lets you copy, mirror, move, and sculpt blocks way faster than doing it by hand. The download link is below if you want to check it out, or juice search Axiom on Modrith. I started with the legs, built one straight up, got the shape and the banding right, then used Axiom to copy and reposition them so they look like they're mid-stride. That part went pretty smoothly. Then I slapped a cylinder on top for the body, just a big spruce cylinder sitting on 4 legs. From there, I started hollowing it out, adding detail, pulling up reference images constantly, and slowly turning it from a cylinder into something that actually resembled Naboris. Once the body was in a decent place, I added a rectangular platform on top. That's the layer that sits between the body and the humps. Kept detailing that, carved out the general shape. Then, from the bottom, I added the bridge, that walkway underneath the body that Link actually stands on in the game. Fun detail to get in there. Then the back end, the conductor arm, the big lightning rod that sticks out the back, got that in. Then the humps, which honestly weren't that bad compared to everything else. And then the rings. 3 of them wrapping around the body. That's the moment it actually started looking like Naboris. Getting those right in a block game took some work, but that's the detail that makes the whole build. And then there was the neck. Left it for last, because I knew it was going to be the hardest part, and I was right. It curves, it tapers, it has to look right from every angle. It still looks a little off, if I'm being honest. But I put the detail in, and I'm calling it done. Once the design was locked in, I scanned the whole thing with a mod called Lightomatica, which saves it as a schematic and spits out a full material list. So I know exactly what I need before I touch the survival world. And the list looked like this. Spruce planks, 2,300. Soul soil, 2,022. Blue stained glass, 1,036. Spruce stairs, 851. Mud bricks, 843. Spruce shelf, 720. Spruce slab, 497. Dark oak shelf, 221. Dark oak stairs, 207. Dark oak slab, 91. Spruce fence, 69. Dark oak fence, 48. Ladder, 37. Dark oak planks, 36. Sandstone, 36. Iron bars, 30. Spruce trapdoor, 5. 9,049 blocks total. Cool, let's go. First up was the spruce. My base is close to a forest, so I headed over and just started going through trees. 2,300 planks sounds like a lot, and it is. Spruce goes fast when you're chopping it by hand. Had to make a few trips back before I was anywhere close to done. Soul soil meant a trip to the nether. Grabbed what I needed pretty quickly, 2,000 blocks of it, which is less fun to mine than it sounds. The sand I actually needed for the build area itself, more on that in a second. Gathered it nearby, smelted it down into glass, straightforward enough. Tools were taking a beating, so I set up near an Enderman farm to grind some XP and keep everything repaired. Also had a bunch of sand smelting going while I was doing that, so nothing was wasted. And then there was the blue stained glass. I needed just over 1,000 of them, so I went to go mine lapis for the dye. What I did not think about was that one dye makes 8 glass. And also that Fortune 3 on lapis gives you way too much. I ended up with over a shulker box full of lapis. I needed about 130 dye. The ratio was not in my favor. Right, the build area. My base is not in a desert, but Naboris lives in the Gerudo Desert, so I had to fix that. The lore here is that when Naboris walked to Scary SMP, she brought a sandstorm with her. The sand came first, then the dunes, then the camel. The sandstorm arrived, and Naboris followed. If you're enjoying this series and you want to see Vah Rudania and Vah Mado get built, the lizard and the bird subscribing would genuinely help a lot. It's a big project, and it's way more fun knowing people are watching it come together. Everything's gathered, the desert is ready, the schematic is loaded, Vah Ruda is in the lake watching. Time to build. Quick check and the body is done, the legs are done, getting into the humps and the neck now, starting to look like something. Keep going. $9,049 blocks. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. The rings are there, the proportions feel right, the soul soil and spruce combo reads exactly how I wanted that heavy ancient mechanical look. The rings can't actually spin. This is Minecraft. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. The next situation cost us some points, and I think we all know it. I'm at peace with this. Vah Ruta was the elephant nobody's woolly mammoth. Vah Naboris is the camel. And next up is Vah Rudania, the lizard. I have no idea how I'm building a lizard in Minecraft, but that's a future problem. And after that, Vah Mado, the bird. 4 divine beasts, 1 survival world, and a desert that didn't exist a month ago. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for Vah Rudania. And I checked there are no such things as woolly camels, so we shouldn't have any problems with that. Once again, please remember to like and subscribe, it helps a ton, and I'll see you in the next one.